Hello, YouTube otakus and supernovas out there. My name is Jamal B. Stun, and whether this is your first time or you're returning back, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you guys aren't awake yet, you should know that it is Monday on my channel, which means it is Mug Monday Episode 2. Today's mug was actually submitted by my sister Imani, so thank you so much to my little sister for submitting this mug and supporting my dream and my vision. But how it got delivered to me is actually kind of a funnier story. She came over to my house and she had the mug hidden in her shirt. She was like, I have your mug, but I don't have it wrapped or anything. So I was like, oh my gosh, okay, here you go. So I gave her the black tack bag, which I conveniently had after a interesting first date. And then I asked her, well, do you have anything to wrap it with? Like, I need something to conceal it, so if I like accidentally peep in the bag, I don't see what it is. She was like, no, I don't have anything. So I actually gave her one of my underwear to wrap the mug in and put in the bag. So I'm most likely going to unwrap the mug off camera and then just pop it up on camera. So let's dig in and see what we got. Oh, it's a Finding Nemo mug. Look at it. This is like so cute. There's so many things that I can do with this look. Oh, okay. Let's go. I shifted my camera a little bit. I didn't like the way I looked. You know, I gotta look cute in public, you know what I'm saying? I'm so ridiculous. I can't handle myself. In my first Mug Monday video, which I double dipped as my audition tape for the James Charles casting call, I didn't really do it the same format as I wanted to for my Mug Monday videos. So even though you guys kind of got to see how I did my face makeup, today I'm going to take you guys step by step through my process once I get to that point. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I have eczema, which means I have really dry skin, so I'm going to start with Milk Makeup's Hydro Grip Primer, and I'm going to apply that all over my face. As you guys could probably tell from my last video, eyebrows are kind of like a new concept to me, mostly because I have very natural and full eyebrows, and I don't know what to do with them. So usually I just use an eyebrow pencil and line them out and fill it in, but if I'm going to do this YouTube thing, I might as well do it good. So I'm going to go in with my Morphe N158 brush from the Live in Color brush set and go into Morphe's Brow Cream in the color Chocolate Mousse. I'm going to start outlining my brows. So next I'm going to use the Morphe Micro Brow Pencil in the same shade Chocolate Mousse and color in my brows. Now using a concealer brush and using the concealer from Juvia's Place in the shade J10, I'm going to shape and define my eyebrows and fix any mess ups that I just made. So very quickly before my concealer dries and starts to get all crusty in my eyes, I'm going to use Mary Kate's Brow Gel to just really define those hairs. So since we're doing Finding Nemo, of course we're going to do an orange eyeshadow look. So I'm going to jump into my Violet Voss Essentials eyeshadow palette using brush number 15 for my Real Perfection brush set. And I'm going to go ahead and start with the color Cinnamon and use that to start defining my crease. Then working my way up, I'm going to go in with Terracotta. And then ending it in the color Sand. Then to top it all off, I'm going to the James Charles Mini Palette in the color 518 to go ahead and round it off. So I'm going to take an M443 pointed liner brush and I'm going to take P. Louise base in the shade 0 and outline a wing and then color underneath. I'm going to go ahead and take a thicker concealer brush and just go along that line as I color in. Using Real Perfection number 10, I'm going to go back in the James Charles palette and go back into 518 and apply it over the base. So I actually got really carried away with my right hand side just now. As you see, I went way out, like there's no foundation, no nothing happening there yet. So let me do my eyeshadow on my left hand side and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I've done the eyeshadow on my left side and I know I'm looking like a very hot mess right now, but we're about to get it all together. So next we're going to take NYX Full Coverage Concealer in the color Orange and we're going to do some color correcting. Places I color correct is really underneath my lip and in my beard area and underneath my eye if I really need it. But since today's color is orange, I don't really think I'm going to need a color corrector today. So then I'm going to apply my Mary Kay Full Coverage Foundation in the color Bronze 600. Next, I'm going to take my concealer in the color J10 from Juvia's Place to start doing my highlight. Next, I'm going to set my highlight using the I Am Magic Setting Powder by Juvia's Place in the color Gobi. Next, I'm gonna use LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Mahogany to do my contour. So as you notice, I only put a little bit in my contour areas because I really get a very dramatic effect with the reverse contour that comes with my highlight. But I do that so I can re-establish where I want those contour spots to be, especially parts like this where it kind of got covered up, and also to make sure that each side is symmetrical. So now my contour is done, I'm going to go ahead and wipe off the excess powder on my face. So next I'm going to go into the Juvia's Place Hair and Blush Volume 2 palette, and then I'm going to go in the color Tau for my blush. Add a little blush to the tip of the nose, and I actually do add a little blush to my contour as well. So using that same brush that I used for my blush, using the same brush I used for that blush, I'm going into the Coppin Eyes color in the Fenty Beauty Highlight Palette. Okay, so now that we have finished pretty much the base of this look, it's time to do the artistic stuff. So first things first is this eye look. So Nemo's right fin, as we all know, is the limpy fin, and then his left fin is his normal fin. So on the right side, I'm gonna try to do this very short version of what I'm gonna do on the left side. So first things first, on each side, I'm gonna go back into James Charles Mini Palette using the color 518. And I'm gonna go back using my brush number 13. I'm going to connect the orange on each side. So taking more of that P. Louise base in color 0 and going back with that M443 Morphe brush, I'm going to outline my big fin. I'm gonna start where I ended this line over here and kind of just bring it all the way up and swoop it until my hairline. Then I'm gonna do the same thing with the bottom, but I'm going to swoop down. So next I'm gonna take Real Perfection number 13 and kind of go along that line and using the orange, try to use the product I already have to kind of color that line, make it look more orange. Now to connect the two lines, I'm going to fill in this little gradient right here, just to have a little blend going on there to blend from the eye to my skin color. Next, I'm going into the SpongeBob Hip Dot palette in the color Golden Pineapple to go underneath my eye and get into the inner corner of my eyeball. And then I'm just gonna put some on top too while we're at it. In this handy dandy loofah scrap, I'm going to make some scales on the left-hand side. Let's see where that goes. So taking that number 15 brush, I'm going to jump into Imagination and try to get in there. Okay, so nothing that you can really see on camera, but I can definitely see it in person. Let's try ripping it in half. Oh my gosh, better. So next I'm gonna go into Best Shade Ever and go deeper into that while still somehow staying inside the lines, hopefully. But now that I'm looking at it, y'all, like, it's not worth it. Like, I'm done with that mask. So we're just gonna go into Golden Pineapple and fill out the outside. Get some in my hair. Then last but not least, we're just gonna take a big fluffy brush and kind of blend that all in. Make sure everything goes together. So first I'm going back to my M443 and my P. Louise base in the shade 0, and I'm going to define what I want over here. So I'm kind of thinking of maybe bringing all the way over and maybe keeping that depth and then making like a little short fin thing. So maybe what I'll do is actually I'll bring this over and end it abruptly, and then like in the movie have his little floppy fin right here. And I'm just gonna go ahead and color that in with base. All right guys, hopefully it doesn't look too terrible, but this is the big finished fin and this is the small little fin. So I purposely placed my highlight because I'm gonna have it show over or kind of be like the background shining of the clownfish ring. So I'm gonna do a clownfish ring right here, and that's gonna be our next step. So I'm going back into the 12 Flash color palette with a concealer brush, and I'm going into the color white. I'm going to just freeline it. Pray for me. Now hopefully to keep this white and to keep it looking good, I'm going to go back into Violet Voss's Essentials palette, and I'm going to use the color Cream to set it. Now for the black outline, I'm going to use House Laboratories eyeliner in matte black. So I know it looks very messy, but to help with the outline, I'm going to use number 18 of my Real Perfection brush set. And I'm going to go with the color Benny in the James Charles Mini Palette. And I'm going to use it to really buff out those edges. So now that is my clownfish print. It did kind of do a number on my eyebrows, so I am going to touch those up a little bit if I can. Put it on setting spray. So now that's finished, we're gonna move on to lips. The first thing I'm gonna do is add a natural beige lip liner. This brand is a brand I got off Amazon. I'm not exactly sure what the brand is, but I'm pretty sure any creamy natural beige. Does that look beige to you? Any natural beige lip liner should work. Now I'm going to apply this Mary Kay lipstick. It's a silvery nude color. It doesn't say what color it is on the package, or I should say on the lipstick itself, and I don't have the package, so shout out to Mary Kay. So next I'm gonna take my M326 brush, and I'm going to take the SpongeBob Hip Dot palette and take the color Best Shade Ever. I'm gonna start applying it on the inside of my mouth. So now I'm going back into James Charles Mini Palette. I'm going into the color Sunny. I'm going to go around the color I just put on the center of my lip. Now one more time, I'm going to 518 using the same brush and going on the outside of my lip. Okay, now I'm going to pop up some lashes and I'm going to shape up my mustache, and I'll be right back. Alright you guys, this is a finished look for the Finding Nemo mug. Thank you guys again for tuning in, but this is all I have for now. But until next Monday, just keep swimming.